Are you ready for some tips to help you get ready for back to school with your kiddos? Stay tuned. I am Cherry Twitty-Hawkins, your mom motivator, helping moms to rediscover themselves so that you and I can show up big in our own lives as well as everyone else's lives. Well, guys, back to school is here. Some of you guys, I know you have already started school, and some, like myself, my kids are excited and ready to go to school. So these tips can help whether your kids are already in school or excited to jump into a new year. Now, I've seen all the funny memes with the parents looking happy and the teachers looking sad and mad, and with the parents kicking their kids out to the bus stop like, bye, get out of here. Now, me, myself, I'm a work-at-home mom, so I've had the kids home with me, so I've had some great times, but I'm also excited to have some time back to myself as well as have them get to see their friends again. My youngest is now going to school with my twins, so yay for all the kids at the same school, yes. So I'm excited about that, and they are as well. But there are some things that I have found that I did last year and I'm going to incorporate this year that have helped me with my school year to help things run more smoothly. Number one is set a goal. No, not just one goal. Set goals for your school year. And I mean this for you as well as your kids. Sit down with your child. I've seen some people, and I love this idea, take your child shopping, let them go buy a journal. For instance, my daughter, she loves unicorns. So let them go buy a journal, and then you guys sit down and decide, what are your personal goals for the school year? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? Are there some things you know your child had trouble with? Maybe they had trouble with being kind to others, or maybe being kind to themselves, or maybe getting along with the teacher. And you write that down, and then you decide what tasks do we need to do to make that happen. And then you decide academically, what goals do you have? Do you want to start making A's and B's, or do you want to start making B's? Or sometimes our students just need to make C's because they're not doing that well. And then you decide, hey, what are we going to do? Are we going to study each night for 30 minutes? What time? After what? Write it down in that journal. And mamas, don't forget to get a journal for yourself and write the things that you need to do. For instance, last school year, drove me crazy. My kids would come home, and of course they did what I told them to do, put all their papers on the counter, and I was just like, oh, so much clutter. And I went on good old Pinterest, started searching how to organize, and I bought a magazine organizer, and it has little areas where you can put the magazines, but instead of that, I made a little folder for all of my kids, and they would put their things that needed to be signed, things that needed to stay home, homework, and I would take it out of there and check it. And I added also a bulletin board to it, and this is what you call a command center. And anything that was important, like calendars, things that were coming up like field trips, different things like that, I will tack it up on the bulletin board. And y'all, when I say, whew, that helped save my sanity. So if you have something like that, that's a goal for the school year, you can write that in your journal. Do you want to check their homework at a certain time every night? Write that in the journal. Do you want to be more patient with your children? And I do my hands like this because, ooh, for me, I need that prayer. More patient with your children during homework time. Write that down in your journal. Next, you want to adjust your summer schedule. If your kids have been going to bed late, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and you know they start school in a few weeks, then say, okay, when they start school, we need this amount of time to get to school if you're taking them, or this amount of time to get ready for the bus stop, to get to the bus stop. Write that down. And then guess what? The next one, start doing that schedule right now. Start slowly. You can start just immediately, boom. During the school year, they go to bed at 8. So sorry, y'all going to bed 2 hours early. Or you can start, okay, if they go to bed at 10, we're going to start making it 9. Okay, then next week, boom, 8. So by the time school starts, you're ready. There you go. So start doing it now. Next, don't overcommit yourself or your kids. There's things your kids are gonna want to do. They're gonna want to do all these wonderful things, and I love their ambition. But I had to tell my children there's some things they couldn't do because we don't necessarily stay close to our school. So I had to say, hey, if you do soccer, then guess what? You're not going to have time to do your homework. You're not going to have time to study like you need. So unfortunately, soccer or whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, we cannot do that this year. And I felt bad saying that, but hey, I had to say it. I had to make the decision. Us as moms, we have to make those decisions. And also, don't overcommit yourself. Of course, you want to be involved, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. If you want to be involved, make sure you do not say yes to everything if you know you already have so many things on your plate. If you want to volunteer and you know you can't do it every week, every day, say, okay, I really want to volunteer. Okay, I'll volunteer twice a month. Something like that. Don't overcommit yourself, because once you do it, it's going to stress you out. If you overcommit your kids, it's going to stress you out, and then what? Them out. Next, create a good and open relationship with your teacher. Something that I like to do when the school year begins is once a week, at least once a week, maybe a few times, I contact the teacher and say, hi, this is so-and-so's mom, which they already know. I just checking to see how Jeremiah or Journey, or now it's going to be Josiah, are doing. And then make sure you ask things such as, is there anything I can help with at home? Because they may not think to answer that, but they may be like, hey, well, maybe he is or she is struggling with this or struggling with that. And then you know, hey, I can help with that. Thank you so much for letting me know. And that lets the teacher know. Y'all, I have teacher friends and they tell me stuff. Oh, I don't ever hear from them till they bring home a demerit or they go into detention or something. I don't never hear from the parent. Don't be that parent. Make sure you're contacting them and letting them know through asking, how can I help at home? Or maybe how can I help in the classroom if you're able? Letting them know, hey, okay, this is a very active parent. Because a lot of parents just aren't active, and that's very sad. So don't be that mama. Be interactive with your teacher. Have a good and open relationship. Next, show your children lots of support and love. So often our kids are going through stuff at school and we don't ask the right questions or we don't show support because we're so busy. But what you want to do is make sure you're contacting your teacher as well as making sure you're in communication with your child. Don't just ask them, how was school today? I started asking questions such as, what was the best part of your day? Or what was the worst part of your day? And sometimes, guys, there may be things that are going on we don't even know. But if we ask that question, our kids are going to be open and honest. And then if it's something alarming, then you can be like, in your head, of course, excuse me, do I need to contact a teacher about this? But now you're in the know because you actually asked that question. So make sure you are asking them things. And when they're struggling and going through stuff, let them know that mommy is there, that I love you, I support you, even though the goals we talked about a minute ago, maybe you're not reaching those goals, but I am here to support you and I still love you no matter what. You may have not gotten the best grade or you may have been mean to your fellow student, but guess what? Mommy still loves you and I'm here no matter what. So let your kids know that they are supported. I was watching on Facebook Live, I watched a little bit of this lady was speaking about bullying, and she said to make sure that the parents are being supportive of their children. They're speaking life into their children. They're making sure that their children know that their lives matter. So that's so important, y'all, because sometimes we may ask what was the worst part of their day and they may not tell us because they may be afraid. But they should know that we support them no matter what, no matter if somebody's telling them something negative and they're scared to tell us. They know that we love them because we are affirming them. Last but not least is make sure that you're showing yourself some love and support. Okay? We want to make sure we're rooting for our kids, helping them to make the best grades, working with their teachers to make sure they have a great learning environment, and we're helping take stress off the teacher's shoulders if at all possible, making sure we're setting goals, all of these different things that I mentioned. But we want to make sure also we have such an important part to play in our kids' lives. So guess what? We need love and support too. So we need to make sure if our child isn't doing so well in class or we reacted in a negative way, like during homework time or something in that manner, that we are saying, okay, I know I didn't do right. I know I didn't react the way I should have. I know I didn't have the mindset I should have. But it's okay. You're human. I'm human. Mamas, we are all human. So show yourself some grace and just know next time, think about how am I going to react in a better way. Tell yourself, I love you. You got this. You are the best mother for your children. Support yourself. Be your own cheerleader and show yourself love. And also, something I forgot to mention, a bonus. When I said that, make sure you're connecting with the teacher and talking with the teacher. When you ask questions, as I mentioned, such as how can I help, you're letting the teacher know that, okay, I want to make sure that we are on the same page. And you can even say to the teacher, again, don't wait till things go bad and get wrong and all of that. Let them know that I am here. I want to make sure that we are supporting, we are in unison supporting your child's name, your children's name. And then at the same time, let your kids know that as well. Let them know that I'm often in communication with your teacher, whatever the teacher's name is. And I just want you to know that we are going to work as a team to help make sure that you succeed in school, to make sure that you have the best possible experience in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, whatever grade they are in, so that they know, again, that's that support. Wow, they really are rooting for me. So when things are going, when they feel like nothing's going right, they know that mommy and their teacher are working together to support them and help them be accomplished in every area, personal and or academic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I am Cherry Twitty-Hawkins, your mom motivator, helping moms to rediscover the woman within so that we, you and I, can show up big, not just in everybody else's life, we already do that, but in our lives as well. Take care and God bless.